Did you hear about the guy who said, "I am so poor, I can't even pay attention"? Well, if he had followed our top 10 money rules, he might have been able to afford a little focus. So, let's dive into these rules and help you avoid becoming the punchline of a money joke. Rule number 1. Spend less than you earn. This isn't rocket science, folks, but you'd be surprised how many people get this wrong. Picture this. You're at a fancy restaurant and you just ordered the most expensive dish on the menu. Feels great, right? But when the bill arrives, your wallet starts to sweat. That's because you're living beyond your means, and it's a fast track to debt city. When you spend less than you earn, you're in control. You're not a puppet to your paycheck, desperately waiting for the next one to roll in. Instead, you're the puppet master, pulling the strings of your financial destiny. Living within your means doesn't mean you have to live like a hermit. It means making smart choices, prioritizing needs over wants, and planning for the future. It's about balance, not deprivation. So next time you're tempted to splurge on that designer bag or the latest gadget, ask yourself, do I really need this? Remember, the secret to wealth isn't always earning more, sometimes it's spending less. Rule number 2. Always have an emergency fund. Because let's face it, life happens, and when it does, it usually doesn't send a polite email in advance. It's like that uninvited guest who shows up at your party and accidentally breaks your favorite vase. Except in this case, the vase is your budget, and the uninvited guest is an unexpected expense. So, what's the antidote to these rude surprises? An emergency fund. Think of it as your financial safety net, ready to catch you when life's little mishaps try to knock you off balance. It's your personal buffer against the unpredictability of life. Broken car, medical bills, a sudden job loss? No problem, your emergency fund has got your back. Remember, it's not about if these unexpected expenses will come, but when. So arm yourself with an emergency fund, because nothing says "I'm prepared" like a stash of cash for a rainy day. Rule number 3. Save for retirement. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Now, you might be thinking, but why start saving now when retirement is decades away? Well, let me tell you, the wonders of compound interest are not to be underestimated. The earlier you start, the more your money grows. It's like planting a seed. The sooner you plant it, the taller the tree that grows. Think of it this way. If you start saving just $100 a month at age 25, you could have over $500,000 by the time you hit 65. That's a pretty comfortable nest egg, wouldn't you say? And all it took was a bit of discipline and patience. But remember, saving for retirement isn't about hoarding every penny. It's about securing a future where you can enjoy the fruits of your labor without worrying about the bills. Because who wants to work forever? Not me. Rule number 4. Invest wisely. And no, that doesn't mean buying lottery tickets. Investing is more than just hoping for a quick windfall. It's about making your money work for you over time. Think of it as planting a seed and nurturing it to grow. It may take time, but the result can be a bountiful harvest. But how does one invest wisely? It all starts with understanding the power of compounding interest. This is the snowball effect where your earnings generate even more earnings. You receive interest not only on your original investments, but also on any interest, dividends, and capital gains that accumulate. So your money can grow faster and faster as the years roll on. It's essential to have a clear strategy, patience, and discipline. Investing isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about building wealth over the long term. Remember, the stock market isn't a casino, but it can pay off if you play your cards right. Rule number 5. Diversify your investments. Because putting all your eggs in one basket is for chickens. Now, let's break this down. Imagine, if you will, a world where you've invested all your hard-earned cash into one company. You're betting everything on that one horse. But what happens if that horse falls? Your entire investment goes down with it. That's why it's crucial to spread your money across different types of investments. Think of it as a financial buffet. You've got some stocks, a little bit of bonds, a sprinkle of real estate, and a dash of mutual funds. By doing this, you're not just relying on one sector of the economy. If one area takes a hit, you've got others to fall back on. It's about balancing risk and reward. So remember, don't be a chicken, be a savvy investor. So spread out those financial eggs, folks. Rule number 6. Avoid bad debt. It's like a bad date, it never ends well. Now, let's talk about debt. It's like a tool. When used correctly, it can build great things. But misuse it and you're looking at a disaster. There are 2 types of debt, good debt and bad debt. Good debt is like your smart friend who helps you grow. It's an investment in something that will generate income or increase in value over time. This could be a student loan for education, or a mortgage on a property that's likely to appreciate. Bad debt, on the other hand, is like that friend who always seems to lead you into trouble. It's money you borrow to buy things that decrease in value or don't generate income. That fancy sports car or the latest designer shoes, yes, they might look nice, but they're not doing your wallet any favors. Remember, not all debt is created equal. Choose wisely. Rule number 7, pay yourself first because you're worth it. Now I bet you're thinking, oh, another excuse to splurge on that fancy gadget or designer bag I've been eyeing. But hold your horses, folks. When we say pay yourself first, we're not talking about indulging in retail therapy. This rule is about setting aside a portion of your income for savings before you get down to paying your bills, or buying groceries, or even, yes, splurging on that designer bag. Think about it this way. You're not just working to keep the lights on or to fill the fridge. You're working for your future self, too, and that future self is going to need some dough. So, every time you get your paycheck, skim off the top for your savings account like you're the cream of the crop. Remember, it's not about how much you earn, but how much you keep. So treat yourself to some savings, that is. Rule number 8, keep track of your money. After all, you worked hard for it. It's like having a garden full of juicy, ripe tomatoes that you've spent weeks nurturing, only to forget about them and let them rot. Heartbreaking, isn't it? Now imagine that garden is your bank account. When you don't keep an eye on your money, you lose track of where it goes, and suddenly you're wondering why you're eating instant noodles for dinner. This is where budgeting comes into play. It's your financial roadmap, guiding you towards your goals, and helping you avoid those pesky money sinkholes. Think of it like a game. You're the player, the budget is your strategy, and the goal is financial stability. You wouldn't play a game without a strategy, right? So why handle your money without one? Remember, a watched pot never boils, but an unwatched wallet always seems to empty. Rule number 9, understand taxes. Yes, they're as fun as a root canal, but just as necessary. Now let's dive in, shall we? Taxes are like the pesky little sibling of your income, always there, always taking a bit of what's yours. However, they play a crucial role in society, funding everything from roads to schools. Understanding taxes isn't just about knowing what percentage of your paycheck disappears each month. It's about understanding the different types of taxes, from income to property, and how they can impact your financial decisions. It's about knowing how to plan for them and how to leverage tax advantages to make your money work smarter, not harder. Think of taxes as a game of chess. If you know the rules and strategies, you can play effectively and even win sometimes. So don't just grumble about them, understand them, because the only things certain in life are death and taxes. And finally, rule number 10, never stop learning. Because the more you know, the more you grow. You see, the financial landscape is ever evolving, just like the universe we live in. New tax laws, investment opportunities, and financial strategies pop up faster than a popcorn in a microwave. Staying abreast of these changes is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. Now, I'm not saying you should go back to school and get a degree in finance, no. But taking a few minutes each day to read up on personal finance, or tuning into a podcast during your commute, can make a world of difference. From understanding the ins and outs of your 401k, to knowing when to buy or sell stocks, continuous education can lead to informed decisions, and informed decisions can lead to wealth. So let's keep learning and growing together. So there you have it, folks. Your top 10 rules for financial success. Let's just jog our memories a bit. Always spend less than you earn, that's a no-brainer. Have an emergency fund because life loves to throw curveballs. And don't forget about retirement. It's coming faster than you think. Invest wisely, diversify those investments, and avoid bad debt like it's the plague. Pay yourself first because you've earned it. Keep track of your money, it's sneakier than a cat burglar. Understand your taxes because Uncle Sam sure does. And never stop learning because knowledge is power. And power can buy a very nice yacht. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more financial wisdom. Remember, the key to wealth is just a click away.